Welcome everybody, this is Brother Meat here. Today we're continuing our quest to be Pathfinder Kingmaker, but we were specifically going to do the monster, the Spawn of Rovagug, the last fight, if you will, down in the Triumvirate steps. That's the deal. I couldn't remember. I actually got myself over here, I redid everybody's spells. I didn't really touch anything as far as gear, with the exception of maybe giving like, for example, an upgrade for, say, the wand, Grandmaster's Rod. We definitely want on her, for instance. I'll happily take a greater empowerment magic rod for that. Sure, why not? He has his greater intensified rod. Let's give him the greater persistent magic rod. And again, just minor changes. Nothing that's going to make or break the fight. Just enough to like give him a little more oomph, if you will, behind the fight. Now, I just tested it to make sure we were capable of beating it, and we did. Now that's probably going to be RNG. Not a whole lot I can do about that, but I wanted you to see this fight. So first, we're talking to this giant dragon, remember the one that's been sending us down into the Triumvirate depths. So, I bow to your courage, O fearless mortal, I will never forget it, and I will never forget you. I vanquished the captor and his demon servant. Sometimes I wonder which was the servant and which was the master. Well, now both of them have met their end, and what remains of their souls will find their fate in Abaddon. A rush of madness has passed, and a veil of darkness has been drawn. I managed to go further than before the dungeon without the risk of becoming a puppet to the forces of evil. I have returned with some powerful items. I think they will interest you. That's actually a lie. He never gives us anything new. I've killed the... let's see. I found something in the dungeon that makes me doubt your sincerity. You see anxiety in the dragon's pearly eyes. You have the right to doubt, but be assured that my intentions are pure. I hide nothing from you. Tell me what you found, and I will clear away your doubts. Look at these rings. The captor thought you served the Spawn of Rovagug, just like his pet demon served him. I recognize this sharp mind and his peculiar wit. This joke has an explanation, and I shall give it to you. The heroes who went down into the dungeon to defeat the Spawn of all died, and it fed upon their pain. In the same way, the captor nourished the demon by serving him his own soul. He wishes on me the same fate, just as he wrote on these rings, that I should go down to fight the Spawn, only to vanish and become its food. Look again at the testaments of those you sent to die. They all blame you. Enough excuses. Who are you lying to, me or yourself? The dragon gives you a long, heavy look. For a moment it seems he will open his maw and breathe death upon you, but instead he casts his eyes down. I admit, I've doubted my mission for a long time, but I try not to think about it. I was sent here by the maker of all. No, I must not doubt. I must be strong in my faith. Father, I do not sit here in vain, do I? I am fulfilling your will, am I not? I beg you, send me a sign. The dragon's eyes search the sky. His words sound like thunder and pound on the rocks and fade into a depressing silence. Father, have you truly abandoned me? Have I fallen? In all these years, all the heroes I summon here, no, it can't be true. The dragon's pearly eyes are covered with a dark glaze. Father, I will prove my loyalty to you. Look at me, O great Father. My vigilance today, I will destroy the spawn of evil myself, here and now, once and for all. With a mad scream that shakes the rocks, the dragon flies into the depths of the dungeon. Teleports his happy ass down in there. And then, of course, we follow shortly thereafter. Now, this is your chance to buff up. We've done this before, so I've shown this to you once before, but I'm going to literally walk you through everything we're doing. We're really going balls to the wall here, guys. You want as many buffs on you as possible, and we want to surge as much damage as possible while also having pets out on the battlefield to distract both the dragon and the bad guy, the Spawn of Rovagug. So, first things first, pull out your pets. They won't last long, but for the types of buffs that we're doing, they should last more than enough for us to do what we want. For her, I'm just going to summon the bogeyman, sure, why not? And Tristan, he even has his own little Skeletor army. Now, having said that, you want to buff your main characters up with everything they got. So we've got shield, blur, mirror image, get my wings up, true seeing for myself so I can better spot this bastard. Give wings to her. Short duration buffs we'll cast, but we'll cast act at the very end after everybody's been buffed. Oh, don't forget my weapon. And I need to remember, by the way, I'm using my speed necrotic longsword +2. That means I have, because it's a +2 and I'm already at the +5 category for my upgrading weapon, I can install 2 different buffs to my weapon. So I should do more than just the Bane. So I'm going to make it a Keen Bane Enduring Blade weapon upgrade. The reason that that's important is that'll give me a better crit range. It'll give me, of course, my Arcane Strike back on. Now we can start buffing everyone else up. She's going to do Shield of Faith on the front 3. Tristan will do Shield of Faith on the back 3. She'll give herself Weapon of Awe. Magical investment armor for the three of us up front. Might as well protect us from some electricity damage. Her pets are fond of doing that. We're going to do Death Ward on the front three. Okay. Again, she has other buffs that she can give off. She can do Divine Favor or Divine Power, Righteous Might, but those don't last very long, so we're going to hold off to the very end for that. She's going to do Shield Spell. Give yourself Blur. Almost forgot to shut off the damn Meta Magic Rods.
Stand ready. Quiet, confide thinking.
For instance. Hope I didn't screw anything up on that one. Get herself a Greater Magic Weapon, +5. As close to it as we can. Heroism for herself, sure, why not? And again, she has Greater Invis. We'll have Greater Invis on the front ranks if at all possible. Keep lost, drink your mutagen. Shield Spell for yourself. Him. Him. Make yourself extra zippy. That can die as well. And her as well. The reason for her versus Tristan is Tristan can be slow. I don't care. You use Bark Skin. Use Bark Skin. Give yourself Heroism, buddy. On that, freedom of movement. Give that to me. Give one to yourself. Some stone skin for everybody. Give wings to her. Blur to the back three. Seeing Fizz Camel for everybody. Give yourself Death Ward. Give Tristan Death Ward. Okay, I feel good about that. We're going to use Holy Bombs in this fight, so we're just going to auto put on it now. I'll do Remove Fear on everybody. Bless Spell. Shield of Faith for everybody in the back three. Give yourself Magical Investment Armor. Give Delayed Poison Communal to everybody just in case. Freedom of Movement for yourself, Tristan. And freedom of movement for our frontline pick. And we want Death Ward for Ekendayo. Okay, so now Eken is the last person to buff up. He's got quite a bit. Doesn't need to do Bark Skin, but he can put that, I suppose, on. Give you a Long Strike Greater on you. And you're going to have freedom of movement on yourself as well. That's good. Pass them off for your pet. Bow better. Blessing of the Salamander for yourself. You'll regenerate damage. Animal growth on the pet. Okay, now Sense Vitals for yourself. Let's do some. I'm sure there's something else I can buff you with. Yeah, get Divine Power on yourself, Tristan.
Skills are getting rusty.
G-Veloc, go ahead and activate, actually activate Haste on everybody. You, madam, can go Sense Vitals. Greater Invis on yourself. You can go Greater Invis on yourself. Alright, guys. Quick save that mess. Now, like I said, I've done this before. The key for us beating this was literally hammering on Rovagug first. We distracted him with pets. How do we lose our skeletons already? That's not cool. I guess I'll pull out more. We distract the dragon with pets, basically. And that allows us to focus fire on Rovagug. Rovagug is literally going to try to, on the first round, and every round thereafter, try to do like a confusion effect on us, as well as strip off magical effects. With her Grandmaster's Rod, I have only 2 charges left because I'm a doof and forgot to shut it off when I equipped it. But you'll be able to do stuff like hit it with like a Cone of Cold, or in her case, also something like Hellfire Ray, where it's going to do uber damage to the bastard with not only sneak attack potential, but super damage on it because, again, it ignores spell resistance, and spell immunity, and magic immunity, and all that shit. So it's going to hit and hit hard. From there, it's going to be snowball spell stuff that we know that doesn't have any spell resistance associated with it. And again, the intensified version is being better. His holy bombs are going to be what's wreaking unholy havoc on this son of a bitch. And Ekandiah will do some damage as well. But by and large, we're going to melee the shit out of it. So the trick for us has always been the same. There's going to be a little cutscene here with the dragon arguing and then being turned over to his side. I'm assuming it's a he. Isn't that just a sexy beast of a spawn right there? That's just pretty incredible. Dad would be so proud. All right. Hatch from its egg. Mess all over the goddamn dragon teleports in, has its little argument. You have no power over me. I will destroy you now. Lies, all lies. Absolute father, do not abandon me. Rovagug turns him. Just like that, we got a dragon on his side. He actually is nice enough to at least take position instead of turning around immediately and jumping us, because that would put us in a really precarious fight. But here we are, and again, if you can literally walk all the way up to this bastard and get all up into his grill before he starts fighting, so that's nice. So you should definitely do so. That allowed us to get people like Ekandiah within range without having to move him during the fight. Now notice that we are in the fight proper. It's not a surprise round or anything. It's just straight up kicking the son of a bitch's ass, which is fine with me. My weapon's buffed. I have all my stuff up that I could possibly want on. I could cast a spell. There's nothing wrong with that. But I know me. I just want to straight up do some damage. Now, this is one of the few times you'll see me actually activate this perfect critical ability of mine. What does this do? So first off, look at my character sheet. Notice that my critical multiplier is ×3. I have an extended crit range on my weapon because I made it a keen version of a weapon thanks to my buff. And of course, it's a Bane weapon as well. It's also all the way up to now a +5 weapon. So you see that keen, temporary enhancement +3 plus the enhancement +2. It's still necrotic, it's still a speed weapon, and now it's a Bane weapon, of course, as well. So again, the best possible weapon I can make it, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm basically just going to wail on this bastard at this point. But this, like I said, this takes the multiplier, increases it 1. So my ×3 weapon just turned into a ×4. So anytime I crit, it's going to be 4 times the damage. Now, I can just run in like this, do a 5-foot stutter step, and just wail on the bastard. And just go to town, beating the shit out of it. That's a nice 132. Oh, good, look at that sexiness. Oh, it's ×3. The ×3 buff is already taken into account. It's a ×2 weapon normally. That there made it a ×3 weapon. Okay, now that makes sense. Now, my turn's over. Ekin's turn. I'm going to have him delay past Eliza. Same with Proto Lich. The reason for that is I want to make sure we can engage him with sneak attack potential. Which means having as many people up and in his grill as possible. And our raycasters and our archers that are way behind, standing back and shooting the son of a bitch up for sneak attack love. Now the dragon is actually a lot tougher than you think. Not only is he immune to a lot of stuff, but he also has a high armor class. Eliza has a really nice potential. I forgot, of course, to cast her Righteous Might on her. I knew there was something I forgot to buff her with. But I'm going to just straight send her over here and melee this bastard. And again, now with 2 of us on it, the bastard has no choice but to be within range. So now, of course, we do our Grandmaster's Rod, and you do your Hellfire Ray on it. You still have to hit it, but she managed to hit it, do 84 on the one swing and 104 on the other. 84 was reduced by 20 thanks to its protection. Now I can shut that Grandmaster's Rod off and do, since I need to do it as a swift action because I cast a spell, I do it with Rod of the Fearless for a quicken action, and I can use it for this. Sadly, didn't get any sneak attack on. Not real sure why, but it's okay. Now Ekin's turn. He has this wonderful ability that makes him an instant enemy, like the name implies, and it's a swift action, so it allows me to just straight up shoot like crazy if he's within range. And this is a massive buff to my swing, because he's now considered the best kind of favorite enemy. So if you look at Ekandio's swing, for example, you see how he has favorite enemy +6. So he's literally considered in that category of favorite enemy because of that cool ability, and that lasts for several minutes. From there, I just literally need to activate it again on the dragon when we're done kicking his ass. Just to pause the game, you'll see the health is already down to half. Okay. Now, of course, we have our pets coming in, both commands and what have you. Sadly, Jubilos is on the slow end of the totem pole here. He's not going to get a chance to fire off anything until Zilliman gets his turn, which is the dragon, and the Spawn of Rovagug gets his turn. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to distract this guy from the side if possible to make him split his attack. Okay, did his thing. Jubilos still looks like he's available, so it doesn't look like it affected Jubilos like we would have are happy about, so that's nice. So what we're going to do, we are going to literally take his ability to intensify and maximize a spell, and we're going to take that Flame Strike, and they are just close enough that we hit them both with that shit. Now notice the 45 and 30 versus the 10 and 30. The 10 and 30 is again because he's reducing the damage. But that's Tristan's contribution, and again, solid damage. Happy to have extra damage, and we even managed to hurt the Zellerin a little bit. Other pets are coming into play, and again, they'll turn on each other. They're basically there like that right there. They're there to basically debuff the bad guy and distract the shit out of him. That's all we really need the pets for. Notice we're already hurt, that we have to be a little careful here. Jubilos got his holy bombs, and I want you to see what kind of damage these bastards do for him. 49, 40, 57, 57, 58 with sneak attack, no less. Solid damage. And it's Jubilos, like I said, that's pretty much carrying the team. Between him and Protolich here, they really are making the party. Now, of course, I'm helping. Don't kid yourself. Dorraj doing a good job, as you can see. Just not doing epic damage. But every little bit, I think we can all agree, is helpful. And as long as we don't turn tail on our teammates, that's the real concern here. I'm going to actually have her buff up with Divine Power. I should have done that earlier. Gives her a better chance to hit. We have another Grandmaster Rod use still left, and the question is what to use. Well, she has a variety of spells still at her disposal, but it looks like she can't cast spells right now because she's under a rage effect. You see that? So we can't even cast a spell. No reason then to even bother. So what are we going to do? We come up here.
Out of my way!
Straight up attack the little bastard. That's what. Matter of fact, what kind of weapon are you rocking right now, kid? Yeah, she's using the All-Slayer. That's what I wanted to see. That'll be the next combat round. She'll be able to use that. Ekandio might as well just keep shooting stuff up, man.
Hide from me.
And again, the only real reason he's able to hit something as tough as this is because of that little upgrade we gave him not too long ago. Because this guy's got a solid armor. And again, a 50% chance to straight up miss as well. Notice he has a fortification chance. That's 75%. That nearly means Rovagug can ignore crits and sneak attack 75% of the time. That's pretty baller. That's a big screw you to us, quite frankly. They're all working on the dragon. If they can anyway. Bo, eat some Rovagug. He's tasty. Well, he's got one bite in at least. Zillion's turn. Again, being distracted by the pets. Taking a bit of damage. You know, he summoned his little buddies. So that's a problem, of course. Are we going to have the same trick with Tristan? I say we basically capitalize on the damage. There's no reason not to. And he heals so goddamn much that any little bit to push him over, hell, he's almost dead. Push him up and over the top is pretty much to our benefit. And again, we are wounded. It's not like this was an easy fight. We should be healing, quite frankly, but again, while we have the advantage on damage, I'd like to capitalize on it. So again, another 49, 54, 55. There we go, buddy. Rovagug's down. And it looks like his spawn pets, his pets that he popped out die as well. So now we're going to move Jubilost over here. Just so we can get on the dragon next. Again, we can use the holy bombs on the dragon, but I'll probably just use the force bombs. Dorraj's turn. Might as well do some control fireball on him. 82 damage. That wasn't bad. Hell, he's almost dead already. Get over there, Dorraj. Now, of course, we do have the pets that are batshit crazy, but I don't think that that's going to impact us.
We shall overcome.
After we kill the dragon off. From here, well, again, she can't do anything, but she might as well charge. Ekin might as well shoot him up.
Nowhere to run.
I forgot to give him the instant enemy. I should have done that. Would have guaranteed he hit more often with those attacks, but oh well. Maybe one of the pets will get a kill in. Maybe it'll be Otbo. Maybe Otbo will be an idiot. He's a bleeding. He ain't doing good. Alright, how about you try a Hellfire Ray on this ass? There we go. Beneath the Stone Lands, these labyrinths. I started to think they'd never end, but in the end, we triumph as always. Rovagug is dead. Again, you can hear the pets are attacking each other still. But we can pull away from them. First, you want to loot the body. It does have stuff. There's bodies already down here. Loot their shit. One of which is a very nice ring. I'm giving to my main character. Wand of Heroism. Kind of cool. We got over here. Hemmet. Got a nice Hemmet. Talk to your dragon. My head.
I do what I must.
You have won here where I lost in disgrace. You have saved the entire world from a monster and me from my pride. I bow to your victory. And now I shall return to the place of my vigil. These wounds are well deserved, but they will heal. And he nopes the hell out of here. Like so.
I'm there.
And then we're free to either explore the area, which again we've already done. We've looted bodies. We can come back upstairs now. That's it. Again, hard fight if you're not prepared, if you don't have RNG on your side, if you have a bad swing. Again, last time we took this bastard on, I think we were right around 15 or 16, right? So we were nowhere near the level cap, and we're not at about 18 to 19 right about now for everybody on the team. So we're doing real well for ourselves. And we figured out a couple other tricks, you know, like the instant enemy was a great boon for Ek and Dayu to make sure he had more likely to land. We buffed up everyone with invisibility, sneak attack where applicable. So we had a really good chance at landing some solid damage to the bastard in the first couple of rounds. And those holy bombs, once we got holy bombs for Jubilost, those things were just tearing through that guy. So really an easier fight than you think. And like everything in this game, stuff that's like, oh my god, I can't believe we'll ever beat this, turns into, wow, that was super easy once I got a couple levels under my belt after that first time we tried to kick his ass. And that's common for this game, where level 15 is not good enough, 17 is easy. So, you know, potato potato, it's nothing you can do about it. Just run with it. Know that you can try when you're lower than that, but it's going to be a struggle. Make sure you have your best gear, your best weapons, your best fighters, your best wizards, your best clerics, whatever, on the team. We did not take Octavia. You'll notice it was the same exact party that we used to floor stomp the last guys we fought. So after this, I'm going to go back to the capital and start that same dialogue that you guys saw yesterday. That's just more of the same. But first, let's actually look at some of that loot. Quick save, of course. Take a look at some of that loot that we just picked up. Again, if we go to newest to oldest, here's the ring that I'm going to give myself versus my lesser ring of protection. That's a 4/4 and spell resistance 19 and DR 1/dash. This is a 5/5 spell resistance 24 and a DR 2/dash. So you can see the appeal for wanting this on my main. That actually tantalizingly free leaves open that ring spot for someone else. Now, who would I give it to? She's already got a lesser ring of protection. I could give it to Jubilost, but he's doing really good with those extra bomb damage. I can't say it would be the worst idea ever to give it to him, but I'm looking for someone that basically has a Ring of Protection already on. Now, he has one. But then you notice how he's immune to confusion and fear, and that's something that Rovagug would have screwed us over with as well. So, a solid choice. I think I'll just give this probably to Octavia back home. Now, we also managed to pick up the Belt of Perfect Components. This is just a belt that empowers and extends all your first and second level spells for free. It's the middle version. There's one that's called the Lesser Belt of Perfect Components that does it only for level 1 spells. And of course we have on Proto-Lich here the best one. The Greater Belt of Perfect Components. That's our first and second and third level spells are all extended and empowered, which is awesome. Okay, we picked up a decent bow. The Neutralizer Composite Short Bow, +4. Lands a hit, it grants the target DR10/melee. It also inflicts a -4 penalty to armor class against melee attacks, and every melee attack deals additional 4 damage to it. Now notice the DR10/melee, you're like, why is it giving this protection? But it's giving it protection against ranged attacks, not against melee attacks. So it softens them up, if you will, hence the neutralizer component, to the melee attackers on your team. It's not a bad bow for that reason alone. And again, extra 4 damage every swing for a melee attack, that's not bad. And again, less armor for every melee attack, that's awesome. So I could see this being a useful weapon. I got, of course, our Wand of Heroism. Red Dragon Scale Helmet was down there. That's actually not a bad little item. Fire Resistant 15 as well, a +6 to your Intelligence modifier. That's not bad for a wizard type. Notice, of course, the real reason you went down there. The Skin of the Rough Beast. This is a cloak. Notice what it gives you. 50% fortification. 50% chance to negate a critical hit or sneak attack. Extra damage. Immunity to confusion, fear, paralysis, and insanity. And it gives you the ability to use the powers of the Spawn of Rovagug once a day. Or sorry, 3 times a day. And that's what this Corruption of the Rough Beast does. Applies one of the following effects to all enemies within 100 feet for 2 to 7 rounds. Confusion, Song of Discord, Rage, Feeble Mind, Phantasmal Putrefaction, Domination. And it's a will save against any of those effects, where it's a DC of 30, which is a solid DC check. Now, would I put this on my main? Probably no. Still a decent cloak. I would put this on probably a tank or someone that's going to be up front that would suffer from crits and sneak attack more often than not, and therefore they'd be extra protected. That's a solid upgrade, and that's what this DLC really provides you. Having said all that, I think that's everything here. Let's actually talk to our little dragon buddy, who's perfectly healed. Let's see what we've got here. Pride, as you can see, can destroy even a dragon, and even one who serves the most ancient of the kind deities. How blind I have been. How ridiculously stupid. Thank you for opening my eyes. Without you, who knows how many more centuries I'd have driven the world's greatest heroes to their doom, serving evil and all the while imagining what I'm doing good. The danger is past, the monster is destroyed. The great shell of its egg still lies under the ground, but its wicked seed will sprout no more. I feel the evil evaporating even now. The darkness lifts with each passing moment. Return home. Enjoy the peace that you have won, or go off to face your next foe. I will remain here until the shell has disintegrated and no trace remains of the spawn of the beast. My vigil will continue for a few more centuries, but I am glad to know that soon it will end. I killed the 4 fallen heroes. The path to the spawn of the beast is open. The dragon smells the air as if sensing the enemy through the thick of the stone. Indeed, the shell is cracked. The monster is now vulnerable to the vengeful sword. Somewhere in the dungeon, a shroud is open, leading to the very center of the egg. Go there, find it, blah, blah, blah. Who are you? I just want to finish up these ones. It's just basically telling me about the dragon. We never actually talked to it about this stuff. What you expect of me, what blocks the way, and again, you can find out information about the various monsters that you would have fought on the various floors, the boss fights, so to speak. And again, it's just more for completion's sake to make sure that I've exhausted all those. Need supplies, and again, he says that he has new supplies. He ain't got shit. In the DLC, he does. When you do it as a standalone, the dragon randomly gets new stuff each time you kill like a main boss fight. However, it only does it once. Now, having said that, you fight several bosses eventually. Like I said, there's like 4 sets of bosses, and then of course Rovagug himself. Now, you may think, well, what good is it to kill one boss, get a decent amount of upgraded stuff, as far as weapons and gear and shit from the dragon, and then have to fight 3 more bosses and then Rovagug himself, and only get 1 upgrade? Well, then you're not supposed to. If you're doing the DLC as a standalone, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to make a team. You mean like mercenary team. You go in, kick all the way down to that first boss's ass, come back, inform the dragon, and save your game. Then you make another team. It can be the same exact team, and go right the fuck back, and it will literally say, oh, are you, starting from the save point of the other guy. Basically meaning, yes, I've beat all the first bosses. They will give you a random bonus that you, well, not random, it's randomly generated, you get to pick it. And there's like a laundry list of ones that show up, like, oh, you have a +2 to your swing, or you'll have this, that, or the other buff always on your characters, or whatever. And you definitely want those. And then you go and kick the next boss's ass, which is another 4 levels down. Then you come back, report to the dragon. The dragon says, oh, good job, I got new shit. Again, and again, they will have newer items that time. Then you save. Then you start another set of team. They go down to beat the next level, or the next 4 levels, which includes the next boss fight. And again, say, yes, I'm starting off of that person's save. And again, you'll get another buff for your team. And you'll just go on and on and on like that. It's actually quite cool. It's a little weird and fiddly, I must admit. So there is that. But I still maintain it as a solid DLC. And everybody likes Infinite Dungeons. Because, you test your builds out. Find out if they're any fun. See if it's something that you would enjoy playing. That's what I usually use it for. So when I make my builds for you guys as a DLC standalone, it's always the DLC that we're doing it in, because it's easy to get to a decent level where there's decent fights. So you're fighting, hard-hitting trolls, or the wild hunt bastards that all do the ranged touch attack spells and are invisible and are archers extraordinaire and all that cool shit. So you have a solid challenge for your team or your main character, especially if you're trying to solo and you want to say, hey, is this character going to be any good? Well, that's your way of finding out if they're any good. So I like doing the DLC for testing and stuff, and I will more likely than not do the DLC after this playthrough's over, for when you guys when we're done with this playthrough, so you guys can see what the other mod has to offer, the Call of the Wild. Remember I told you I'd have a say specifically about sorry, I don't want to lose that one. Specifically, I would tell you about the different character classes that have been added thanks to Call of the Wild. Something that I can't do currently because, again, it conflicts with my play right now. So we'll do that later. We have all these things that we don't need anymore. We'll get rid of some of this stuff. We'll keep one each of those. I don't need the Belt of Perfect Components. No one's ever going to use that. Oh, and the Mighty Fist, no one's ever going to use that. Natural Armor +3, maybe. Fielder of Wind, maybe. Maya's Charm, now that'll be it, definitely. We'll make Octavia probably our Charmer / Illusionist, even though she really is a Transmuter by trade. If I deck her out with the right spells and stuff, she can be quite powerful. And that's to our benefit. Actually, I don't need that extra ring there. I think we're good. So they'll give me a chance to flex my muscles when we're done with this playthrough, to show you guys what's capable with the other mod, the Call of the Wild mod. I think you'll enjoy it, quite frankly. There's a lot, like a laundry list. I mean, I'm quite impressed with the number of things that they've added as far as spells, which will be something new for me to show you guys, as well as new abilities and powers, so to speak, as well as different classes and subclasses. I'm going to fast forward through this because you guys have already seen this from yesterday's video, or the video I actually uploaded earlier today. Okay. Talk. Okay. There we go. This should be where we ended yesterday.
It was time to meet the real...
Yep, sure is time. First, like I said, though, we'll go here to make sure there's not something to do with us not only beating the Tenebra Steps, but also for us beating the Curse just yesterday. Notice that we have Chaos of the First World. That's a problem. First World Assault. 2 days, and he can work on this one. Allure of the First World. Ah, look at this. Your kingdom will soon fall. To avoid that, you have to advance the main plot and complete the following quests against all odds. This is their way of making sure you don't kick around for like another 100 days. Just dilly-dinking around. We got enough points though at this point. I'm going to put him on that. We need to skip a couple days, but obviously the best way to do this would be to rest first. Make sure we get all our spells and charges back, right? So let's do that.
I'm there.
Let's go. Nothing new here. Of course, I want to make sure. Actually, no, I want to do journal. I want to make sure that we have got the green check mark for that's an average depths part. This is the one we're working on now against all odds. Somewhere in the 1,000 voices, there's a portal. The Stolen Lands, done. Boom. Very pretty. Companions quests are all current. The Kingdom quests are all current except for the couple things we still need to do. Again, we're waiting for news to arrive to let us know that we kicked its ass, but we know we kicked its ass. So we can probably get that information while we're on the open road. So really it's all about that right now. What we're going to do though is skip a day or two so we can put him on that quest right now. Oh, hey there. Guile of the First World. What the hell? Lure of the First World. Chaos of the First World. What? What's going on? Okay, we need one of these guys. Kessin can do that when he's available. What about here? Valerie Octavia Keston. 7 days. Shit. Alright, quick save on that. Is anybody possible choice for these? No. Alright, let's do this. I'm gonna skip a day. Triumph. Jesus Christ, look at all the crap that just showed up. Lure of the First World, that was supposed to be Keston. Lure of the First World Assault. What the hell's going on? We need her Valerie specifically for that one. Oh, I think this is just going to get worse and worse as we go along, guys, and we don't start putting people on stuff. So let's just put him on something right now. Like this one. I'm good with that. 61's good enough. Wow. That's going to be freaking rough. Alright. Quick save that. Hop out of here. And we're going to go over to 1,000 Voices, or whatever the hell it's called, territory, which is over by Pitax. So we just teleport over to Pitax. This could be a screw you at the end of the game for people that aren't paying attention. That's not cool. Shut that off. I'll leave. Yeah, sure, why not? Why ruin a good thing? We got a good team going here. We are headed to Pitax, and we'll probably stop in and get some num-nums, because we probably need food. You know, pack out some rations. Teleport to Pitax. Thank you. Enter. Main square. Actually, I take that back. I don't think it's main square I want to go to. I think I want to go to the port for rations, because the other guys don't have mundane stuff, I don't think. I think they got like magic loot gear. So we really want to go to the port or to the inn, which is at the port, to buy the rations that we're going to need. It's going to be a rough fight, I'm telling you right now. How about to the port, kid? We are. Merchant. There we are. And under here. have any. Okay, so it's got to be the other guy. Hopefully he has some, otherwise I got to port to another goddamn
I
town.
do what I must.
Just dumb. Innkeeper, give me some shit. Give me some supplies. There we go. And you know what? I'm just going to take everything. We'll be fine. We be strong. Alright, so now we want to get out of here. And head over to the 1,000 Voices. And that's probably where I'll end the video tonight. So I can get this one up for you guys. Don't know how long we've been running for this one. An hour, less than an hour, more than an hour. But it'll be just one big video. We are headed... Castle of Knives. Sounds like the place to be. Quick save on the way over there, though. And again, just a quick check to make sure we don't have something bad cropping up in our town. All this mess. Run for it, Forrest, run! Notice we lose all our goddamn buses are not in our town. One of the things I hate about fighting over here. But it's what it is. We have spells for this reason alone. Avoid that damn fight. I don't want to deal with it. Evade. Thank you. Continue. Dumbass dragon. Try to avoid. Stop pounding me, you bastards.
May we have a moment of respite?
Yes, you can. But not right now. I'm going to do it after we come back tomorrow. But with that, my name is Brother Mutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. What did you guys do to beat the Spawn of Rovagug? Did you fight the dragon too? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.